Wild grapes are sun-dried to store them by the Akansa, Apache, Asanai or Tejas, Comanche, Kiowa, and others. Elevated platforms with a surface of cane were used by the Asanai and Caddo to dry and store food. Juniper was a common construction material of the Kiowa, Quapaw, and Comanche, and grapevines were used for lashings and construction by the Apalachee and Atakapa. I put these methods and materials together to make a drying rack for the 5 gallons of Mustang grapes I recently gathered. I used giant reed rhododendrons instead of cane, Phragmites, or arundinaria, since it is common and invasive in my area. The Tewa, Cahuilla, and Navajo quickly adopted its use in place of cane when it came to their territory. It needs to be elevated to prevent ants from getting to the grapes as they dry, and have a smoky fire nearby to reduce flies. Well, it took 9 days, but these grapes are finally dried. They taste really good. In fact, they got even improved taste with less sourness, and they're a little bit more crispy than what you would get in the store, but those raisins often have a bunch of extra sugar added. Now, I took the stems off of all of these here, most of them, but I left some on just because I was curious what the effect would be. And these actually aren't even dry yet. You can compare them to the ones I dried in the oven. These are a little bit crispier, but again, it just depends on how long I cook them for. These are a little bit shiny because I oiled the pan. But they both taste amazing. You can eat these all day long. It's a great way to preserve grapes. Here's some of my finished oven-dried grapes. They're really good. Some of them are really crunchy and just kind of shatter. Other ones are a little bit more soft and chewy, but all of them taste really good. I guess it depends on how long they've been dried. The benefit of oven drying them is that the seeds get roasted along with them, so you can just crunch them up in your mouth and you hardly notice them. Unlike when they're fresh, they're kind of troublesome to chew up or spit out. But the cooking also reduces some of the sour, a little bit burning sensation. So there's not much of that at all. They just have like a nice, sweet, tart taste. It's a great way to preserve a ton of them. Commercial raisins often have a lot of sugar added. So the way I cook them is you put them in the pan and you oil it really thoroughly because the juices will often caramelize and cause them to stick to the pan. And about halfway through, I'll use a spatula to unstick them from the bottom and move them around. But it takes around 8 to 12 hours, kind of depends on the size of the grapes and how many you're putting in there. And I put it about 140 degrees and leave the oven door cracked with the spoon in there to allow the moisture to escape. So you could use them any way you would use a regular raisin, so put them in some oatmeal, cereal, some cookies. I don't know. I like to put them in my morning smoothies.